Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We're just about at 5 after. Do we want to kick things off?
Are we waiting on Rita, Surtesh?
Let me ping her. We can get started though.
Sounds good. The only thing I had on the agenda was doing a milestone check-in because we are at the point where ideally we'd cut an RC this week in order to get the 314 out by the end of this month. Which is our the every 3 month timeline we had said. But looking at the issues, I'm not sure. Let me pull up a screen share real quick. Here's what we still have open. And we have these 4 closed here. So I guess, do we want to go forward with what we have in this milestone and cut the RC, or what are folks' thoughts there?
Yeah, I probably wouldn't block on the integration with K8s VAP, for instance. Like, that would be a pretty long delay. See, add support for the data real quick. Yeah, that one I also wouldn't wait for. The requires sync data one. I don't know if there's been work on the external data one. Rita would probably be best positioned there.
We have not done any work. Yeah. I know Jay has been working on the first one, open telemetry metrics.
Yeah,
I think the rest will need to move it probably.
And Jay, what is your thoughts on the open telemetry metrics one? Is that I saw you were working on it. I haven't looked through the PR. Is that like, oh, give me a couple of days, or is that, oh, give me week or more?
I think a week still, because I implemented all the metrics for Prometheus exporter. I'm yet to implement it for Open Telemetry and then OpenStack driver. And I tested the changes yesterday with the Open Telemetry one, and I'm not able to see metrics exported by webhook. And there are some discrepancies that I need to take care of from older and newer ones. So I was thinking that once I migrate everything with Prometheus, it won't take much longer to implement OpenStack and Open Telemetry exporter as well. So I want to get it to have everything ready for before I start working on those. And then I need to write some test coverage for the new implementation. So I think a week, 10 days should be fine. But then I'm anticipating a couple of rounds of feedback and reviews. So yeah, that's the timeline I'm thinking of.
Gotcha. I mean, are we wanting to do the open telemetry stuff on a minor version boundary? Is that the And is there anything from keeping us just the next time we cut a release from declaring it a minor release? I know we have a cadence, but I forget how much wiggle room is in it. Good.
Are you talking about cadence for the wiggle room or the future?
Just so if we cut 314 now, right? Assuming we're saying we don't want to remove open census on a patch release.
Oh, I don't think we
Are
can do
we-
that. That's a big change for a patch release.
Right. Okay. So are we free to just next month or whenever we next cut a release, call it 315?
Yeah, they'll be in 3 months basically.
Okay. And if we wanted to cut earlier, we could?
I think we said the cadence is 3 months.
I personally am not too concerned either way. I'm just trying to figure out what the stakes are for waiting versus not.
Yeah, I think the issue is that because we deprecate the end of support the older versions, and that's why I think the cadence is important, so people can depend on a version versus like, hey, I need to upgrade.
Gotcha.
If that's the case, then I think probably the right thing to do is to bump Hotel to 315 so that we are sticking to the cadence that we have documented, and we can still cut an RC this week then. Does anyone have any like major concerns about that, or?
I think one issue is that the open telemetry is deprecated. So
Open census, is it still
sorry, open census is deprecated.
is it still supported, or like is it deprecated or dead?
Jay, do you know the answer? I'm looking at the issue now.
I think it's EOL. It's going to EOL, but I don't know the exact date. It's like yeah, I need to look at the exact date for that.
Yeah, so it says after July 31st, open census project will no longer be maintained. So it is dead. Yeah, so not receiving any security patches. So we are already at that, basically, yeah.
I can probably push to have it ready without the test by EO like end of this week.
I don't know if I'd want to.
Yeah, I'd hate to have you like stress about it and like drive, push yourself too hard to get it out like that. That's just me.
I mean, personally, I feel like the risk is fairly low here in terms of like sticking with the old thing for another release, or these are not validated endpoints anyway. I'm not aware of any CVE associated with open census that I've ever seen. Not that I like, do deep research for CVEs, but none has ever surfaced. So yeah, I wouldn't be too stressed about, oh, if there's a CVE. Like honestly, even if there is, our solution would be to move to open telemetry and cut a release, right? And that would be probably gated on how severe the issue was. I imagine if it was too bad, we would just break our cadence. And, probably just support an extra version temporarily or something to avoid, disrupting people too much.
Rita, do you have any thoughts about this?
Yeah, I'm just reading the issue. This is about the driver, right?
The open telemetry one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the metrics.
Huh?
It's the metrics.
No,
It is
I
not
know.
like-
This is about the telemetry driver.
You said driver. I thought, sorry, I thought you said dry run.
I mean,
No,
exporter.
driver.
Do they have some, like, do you mean exporter? Or
Well, I guess I'm bringing this up because like I felt like if y'all remember when we added the different type of drivers, it was sort of like, I mean, like I could argue like why are they in tree kind of thing. It directly impacts how we support. Like, what is our support model for these these
no,
drivers?
this is about open telemetry just as a whole. Like we're on open census right now, and those libraries are going away. So yeah, it does impact. If you're thinking about like Stackdriver, Stackdriver is like impacted by this, but we'd be doing this regardless.
Right. I mean, I think just I guess like work on it as much as we can and and make some progress, even if it's like not done, at least show some progress will be good.
Yeah, well, I think the question is, do we block cutting the release on it being done?
I mean, since this has dependencies on the like external things, maybe not.
Yeah, I don't think it's blocked. Is that right, Jaded? Like it's just not done?
Yeah, I'm not blocked. It's just taking me some time since there is load to migrate, and like I time to time come across small hurdles like not being able to see metrics and then debug stuff, and so that's why it's taking time.
Got it.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
I
think
guess-
Jay has to do this all at once versus
Yeah.
when we added matrix, it was like slowly we added like parts of it.
I mean, what are other issues that JDEP you are working on? Maybe we can compare the priorities.
Currently just I'm focusing on this one. I have some in pipeline, but those are like design documentation and like design dock and minor ones.
Yeah, so maybe non-blocking, but try to make progress.
Yeah.
That it is the TLDR here.
Yeah.
So, so you'd be down for cutting 314 sort of as is what you're saying?
Did we go through all the other issues?
The other ones that
they're
are
not
open
close.
look like, yeah, we need to bump those to 315. And I think it's probably best for us to try and align with that cadence that we have published in the docs.
I see.
Yeah, the only thing I could think of would be that's like near complete on this would be sync sets without status, right? Like that PR is in the wild. I haven't looked at the tests yet, but other than that, it seemed pretty close.
This is
And
Alexis PRMX, the sync set controller.
Correct. Yeah.
Shouldn't
Is
that
it close
be-
enough that we can cut an RC like tomorrow?
No.
Okay.
If you wanted
Sorry,
to block on it being right.
I honestly would have. I intended to bring, do the milestone check-in last week at the meeting and get us going on that, but like my house is crumbling above me and I have COVID and yeah,
Oh.
things are just really good right now. It's all awesome. So sorry to give
man.
you a 1-day notice for an RC.
Oh no worries. I'm fine. Also, if people just want to cut it without it. I just wanted to mention it so people were aware.
I just added
The other
some-
thing we can do is we can cut a beta release anytime we want, basically, for the next one. So if something were to happen, like we could, like for open fence, open telemetry stuff, we could cut a beta release so somebody can get it their hands on it right away.
Gotcha.
That's great to know. That helps a lot actually.
I'm sorry to hear you've got the COVIDs and the crumble house.
Yeah, it's it's almost funny at this point. Like we had leaking ceiling, and then like yesterday we got the quote for what it's gonna cost at like 1 p.m. and it was horrifying. And then at like 6 p.m. I tested positive for COVID. I'm like, this is just 10 out of 10. No notes.
Roof or pipe for the leak?
It's roof. Well, they think it's a roof leak. They need to rip up our decking up there to like actually get in and see. Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah, that's
So far they're thinking it's only going to be a cool 80K. So
for a roof?
An entirely new roof installation is what they want to do. And it turns out that these so I'm in Seattle. I'm in the area of Seattle. Andrew probably knows Ballard is like all townhouses with like flat roofs and decks. And because of that style, they have to like, if they're going to replace the roof, they have to like rip out all of the interior siding on the rooftop deck and replace all of that. And like, yeah, it's a whole thing. And then replace the entire deck as well. And yeah. Anyway, I don't need to throw all my damage at y'all.
Yeah, I'm condolences. That's some cheddar.
All right, I will move the issues in the 314 milestone to this 315, the ones that are open anyway. And then if we're okay to cut an RC, I think probably tomorrow would be the best day. So we're not cutting on Friday. And yeah, unless anyone wants to do it today, I'm sure there's probably not a problem with that either, but.
sorry, can you go back to 14? I how close are we with the sync set controllers? Sorry, the readiness stuff. I mean,
Oh, the
if it's like
the
a couple of
controller
days,
was-
maybe we can wait.
We could theoretically cut an RC like Monday.
Yeah, didn't we say we don't want to cut any releases on Fridays?
Oh yeah, that's so I was thinking either Thursday or Monday, like tomorrow or Monday.
Yeah,
not Friday.
I mean, let's
It's
let's
not
wait till
un-
Monday, and then if not, then just cut RC. If we could get it in, let's get it in.
Okay, yeah, it's not unrealistic, but it's, let's call it 60% probability that something like that will happen
that-
at the current pace.
Is that 2393? This one?
No, 30,
Uh,
the last one.
A piece of
I just added it to the
oh,
milestone.
gotcha.
Yeah, because it wasn't on the thing. Yeah, I mean, maybe after this call, we just go look at it. Coming back to the list of issues, like 2393, do we know what that's blocked on right now? Because I think that got moved a couple of times.
Well, that's blocked on that PR that you have at the bottom. Is
okay.
one thing. Maybe the main thing. Right. And then if I remember right, the solution was one bit was we wanted to put in status for the, forget if it was constraint or constraint template, any syncs that were missing. Julian would probably know more, like who was working on that and whether we decided that that was blocked. And then also having status on the sync sets is the other bit of work that's coming up off the top of my head. Online might also have some state internally for Microsoft there. Like maybe she was working on the status bit.
I can ping her today and ask. I know I'll be on another meeting with her later as well.
Okay, yeah, that would be super helpful because, like, for example, the PR didn't even reference that issue, right? So, will be anyway. I just tagged folks to update that issue to see like what this PR covers and what is still remaining, so we could understand a little bit about when can we close out that issue and what is still considered a blocker for that issue.
That issue being 2393.
2393, yeah. Because I think that issue is more of a parent issue, right? It's
Yeah, is a large body of work. Yeah.
right. So it'd be good to know like what is still remaining.
Yeah, so I would probably, you said you pinged people. I would
Oh, I
just ask.
added sorry, I just tagged Alex in that PR just so that he could update that issue.
Gotcha. And if you like at Julian and on the root issue, they might be able to give you a bird's eye view.
Sounds good.
Did we have any other agenda items that folks wanted to chat about? If
Cricket.
not, I'm gonna double mask and go pick up a Paxlovid prescription.
Ooh, feel better.
Thanks. It's actually like it's really not terrible at the moment, so feeling solid
Good.
about that.
Getting on the Paxlovid on the ground floor.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
Well, I will talk to y'all later. Hope you have a good one.
Yeah, you too.
Hope you
Thanks.
feel better, Xander.
Thank you.
Goodbye.